Now we're going to check back in with Nick.
Yeah, good Friday morning. We're thankful the rain is out of here this morning. Actually going to see a lot of sunshine. Should be a gorgeous day to be outside. Remember when we did that poll a few weeks ago where we asked what the most perfect or ideal weather would be, the ideal temperature?
Yes.
The most popular answer there was mid-70s, about 75 degrees. We're going to be really close to that this afternoon, and of course very little in the way of cloud cover, no rain expected today. Now this morning we are tracking a little bit of fog, mainly in some of our far southern counties near the Kentucky-Tennessee line where visibility has been reduced. In some areas actually down to less than a half a mile, and of course lots of dampness around, lots of heavy dew on the grass and the cars this morning. It will start to fade away pretty quickly and dry out thanks to some sunshine, and that sunrise making its way higher and higher. We're getting more and more light there on the eastern horizon in Mount Vernon. Should be a gorgeous start to the day. Just a little cool right now, but today is the pick day of the week. Very little in the way of wind with the sunshine and with the warmer weather. Great afternoon coming up, and then looking ahead to Saturday, we're going to see the wind start to pick up out of the south, but even warmer weather expected on Saturday afternoon. Enjoy today, enjoy tomorrow, because tracking some rain chances by the end of the weekend. Looks like most of the showers will hold off until Sunday afternoon, but could impact some of those weekend plans, especially if you've got some outdoor activities planned for Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening. Now outside right now, temperatures are running about 15 degrees cooler than yesterday morning thanks to clear skies. We do have those light winds out of the north and west this morning. Lots of low to mid 50s out across southern Illinois, down to 51 in Mount Vernon, 53 currently in Carbondale. Paducah, you're at 55. Murray, Kentucky down to 52 degrees, and very little in the way of cloud cover out there. Of course, no rain showing up on radar. We're going to stay that way throughout the day today. Light winds today out of the north and west. High temperatures back in the mid 70s on average, about 75 there in McLeansboro. Mount Vernon up to about 74 today. Pinckneyville creeping into the mid 70s as well, up to about 76. Anna up to about 75 degrees. Western Kentucky, we actually could see a few spots in some of our southern counties running up to about 77, but as we make our way into the Missouri Boot Heel, even warmer weather expected up to about 77, 78 degrees. Perryville up to about 74 today. Sykeston up to about 77 degrees. As we do see high pressure build in from the west this afternoon, we do expect those clear skies to remain. Winds today again on the eastern side of the high will keep some cooler air pumping into the northeastern U.S. and back up into the Great Lakes. Most of that colder air though moving away from us as high pressure starts to slide on by. We will continue to warm back up. Our next storm system, the one that's likely going to bring us some rain late this weekend, is way down into northern Mexico, but bringing some showers and storms places like Houston and back up into Louisiana this morning. Those will start to make their way closer to us by the end of the weekend. But Saturday, stay away, expecting temperatures into the mid to upper 70s. Great afternoon to be outside Saturday. Maybe go for a hike or get caught up on some of the yard work. Will be a bit more breezy than say the last couple of days. But looking ahead to Sunday, here comes that rain chance back in the forecast by Sunday afternoon. Watching a few showers starting to spread in, but notice more rain stacked up to our south and to our west. Our rain chances then will be increasing as we make our way into the early part of next week. Sunny skies for today, 75 on average. Tomorrow up to about 77. That breeze will start to pick up on Saturday afternoon from the south and the west. Should be a pretty nice day though still. On Sunday, showers start to increase during the afternoon. Still only about a 40% chance of rain on Sunday, but that rain chance then continues to creep back up into the 60 and 80% chance on Monday and Tuesday. And showers and even maybe a few thunderstorms. We need to keep an eye on Monday and Tuesday both. A chance for a couple isolated stronger storms on those days as temperatures in the afternoon are well into the 70s. Once that system passes by, we will see some slightly cooler air filter in towards the middle of next week as temperatures dip back into the upper 60s by Wednesday and Thursday. We add in those 3 extra days. It looks like by the end of next week and into the following weekend, temperatures still running near maybe just a couple degrees below average for the first weekend, or well, I guess this weekend is the first weekend of May. It's just, I can't get over that, that tomorrow is the first day of May. Whew.
You know what I can't get over is why is there 60s on the board for May?
Well, no, okay, that's not that bad though. It could be much more. I think just 2.5 weeks ago, we were tracking, or just a week and a half ago, I guess, we were talking snow flying.
I have a short memory.
Yeah, we'll take the 60s and 70s.
All right, thanks for that, Nick.